Hey everyone, welcome back. It's your girl Mercy Earth. As usual, I'm in Stockholm in Sweden. And just in case you're new to this channel, remember to subscribe. And just in case you're planning to visit Sweden, this is the channel for you. In case you've been to Sweden, or rather you live in Sweden, probably just a chance for you to explore different other parts, especially if you've not visited some areas, because you may be in a certain country, but chances are you may not have the opportunity to see or rather go to different places. So I am right here trying to bring everything to you virtually. I just hope you enjoy. Okay, so today we're going to look at the Stockholm Metro. It's not just about Stockholm Metro, but basically we're going to look at the different ways in which the transport system is very efficient in this country. So basically we're going to explore the subways, we're going to look into the different commuter trains, looking at the different ways in which the Swedes utilizes these services. And first things first, when you come to Sweden, whether you're traveling just here for visit or maybe you've relocated, you have to realize that there is a particular application that is very, very crucial, you must really have. It's called the SL. Now basically the SL is one of the ways in which you're able to move from point A to point B. And it's not just about using the trains, but that means, as I mentioned earlier in my previous video, the SL allows you to use the buses, it allows you to use the trains, to use the pendeltågs, to use the ferries, the boats, depending with how you want to commute from one point to another. Now, right now, I'm actually in a very advanced subway. Now, a subway in Swedish is called tunnelbana. So this is one word that you have to always remember, because sometimes they use this interchangeably. It's not a must for them to write subway. You'll just see tunnelbana written with a symbol T. So the moment you see the word T, you just know there's a subway somewhere. Okay, that's the first thing you have to know. Number two, you must have the SL card. And I'll be giving details on my upcoming videos, but you have to know that this is the application that will allow you to also pay for your transport efficiency. Now, the different ways in which you can pay for this, you can either get a manual card in which it's upgraded every month, or once in a day, depending on what you want to do. Apart from the card, you can actually have the application itself, in which you're able to probably just pay for it virtually, and you're good to go. So now the good thing is, when you are a student in Stockholm, or rather in Sweden, the rates at which you pay are a little bit less. For example, if I have an SL card, and the SL card, I can be able to use the buses, the trains, as I mentioned earlier. In a month, for example, I will pay, let's say $100, $100 if you are above 18, okay? But then in case you are a student, you pay less. It could be something like $5 only. And also, apart from that, you have to know that sometimes you can pay for the month, or you can choose to pay for a whole year, and it's very, very economical to pay for a whole year. Personally, I prefer paying in a month, because you find that paying each and every trip you make may be a bit expensive, because in case you're using, let's say you're paying for one trip, it's around 40 krona. 40 krona is around $5 or so, depending with the exchange rate. So depending with that, you have to really, really choose wisely. That's one. Then another thing about the metro here is that it's very efficient to a point whereby there's always a train coming after every 3 minutes, 2 minutes, depending with how do you call it, depending with the time frame. If it's in the morning when people are going to work, if it's in the evening when people are coming back from work, chances are you find that the intervals are very short. Within 3 minutes, there's a train coming. 3 minutes, there's a train coming, or 6 minutes, at most 10 minutes, if you have to really wait for long. And also depending on the season, I remember sometimes during winter, when it comes to a certain time zone, you'll find that so many people are really, really preferring staying at home. Let's say over the weekend, like let's say a Sunday, you may find that you have to wait for trains and buses and the ferries for a longer period of time, depending with what's the frequency at which people are using. Another thing you have to really know is that it's very efficient. Everything is on spot. In case there's any change, let's say for example there's something that has happened and maybe the train you're waiting for is not coming through, you'll always be updated on the app. So the first thing is to get the SL card, for example, which you have it paid for. The second thing is to download the application on your phone. That means when you're in Sweden and you don't have a smartphone, or rather you're not really techno savvy, there may be a challenge there, because everything is on the phone. Literally, let me say your phone is like your life in a way, because that's the particular section in which you're able to see which train goes where. It also helps people to navigate around. Personally, coming to Sweden, you don't necessarily need someone to show you directions, because everything is also on the map, because the SL card, or rather the SL application, can actually guide you on where you're going. Assuming I'm moving from point A to point B, when I check on the app, it will tell me the exact train that I need to take, the exact time that I need to be there to catch the train, and it gives directions. For example, this train, in case I want to go to another part of Stockholm called Vällingby, it will show me, take the train heading towards, for example, Hässelby. Now within that particular section, within the train as well, there's usually a screen in which it shows you each and every stop that you have to alight. And if you can't see the screen, you are able to check your phone, and everything is always on spot, everything right on time. If the train is supposed to reach at 12:05, trust me, 12:05 the train will be there. In case there are any delays, you will be told. Like I remember during winter we used to have some issues. Sometimes once in a while there are delays here and there, but when I talk about delays in Sweden, it's not delays of, let's say, 30 minutes or 20 minutes. No, I'm talking about delays of, let's say, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, at most 10 minutes. And it's so shocking and funny how in Sweden, whenever there's a delay, everyone is panicking. It's everything works very well and efficient, to a point where when there's a delay of 5 minutes or 15 minutes or even 6 minutes, everyone is uneasy, everyone is talking about it, because people are not used to that kind of a situation. And because of this, you find that most of the roads don't really experience traffic, and I'm talking about traffic jams. So when it comes to efficiency in terms of the metro here, trust me, it's top notch, and I'm not exaggerating. So that's just my experience here as a foreigner, as a Kenyan, and coming from an African country. I think it's a bit different, to be honest. Sometimes you go to a bus stop, if in case you're using the public transport and the bus has delayed, let's say 20 minutes, 30 minutes, especially the ones which commute to a longer distance, and you're still there. The bus may be, according to the system, it said maybe, let's say, 5 hours it's supposed to be leaving, but in case within 5 hours it's not leaving, everyone is just chill, everyone is just waiting. You will leave at some point. Trust me, in Sweden that does not occur. As you can see right on the screen here, you're also given the index for different stations. It's not just about that, it shows you the direction, the line you're supposed to take. For example, in case you're taking the green line, the red line, the blue line. I think these are things which I'm going to explain in my future videos. But in the meantime, I just wanted to let everyone know that when it comes to metro here, everything is amazing. The efficiency is just on another level. Well, on the comment section, feel free to let us know what you find interesting, what you'd like to see, and any suggestions of anything. In the meantime, kindly subscribe as I told you earlier on. Cheers.